Hello, everyone. Just wanted to show everybody how I kind of do color separations. I used to own a print shop, and I see lots of videos online using vector graphics, which are great. But I don't know, everybody kind of does it their own way. Everybody draws their own way. So you could do this with any printer. You could do this with most any version of CorelDraw, no matter what version you have. If you have a suite, as long as it's the suite that comes with photo paint, this should work for you. Granted, your buttons might be located in a couple of different areas, but in my opinion, this is the easiest way to separate basic artwork. When you get into gradients, that might be a different situation, but you can also check your artwork and see if it works for you and see if you like it. Even check it really quickly. I just started using this method because I had different employees working for me. It always seems like mistakes would happen once you got it on press. They forgot an outline or they forgot something, and man, it just caused a lot of stress in my day. And I found once I started doing it this way, the mistakes were way, way down, if not at all, unless the art was wrong to begin with. But let's take a look here. So here we have a vector graphic. I guess this nerd Patrick here. And we have, what, about 4 colors here, I'm guessing. The boots, this color here. And just to point out, I am colorblind, so if I say a wrong color, shades a little off, that's okay. We'll address it as we go along. But and of course, including black, and this is probably going to be the black of the shirt. So first thing I do is, first of all, make sure my art is the right size. If I need to resize it, I always make sure I click the outline here. Make sure everything's always scaled to image, so if you resize it, you have it. I'm going to copy a copy here of my original vector art. I'm going to get rid of the black because I don't need it. Even though there's still black in the picture, I don't care. I'm going to go bitmap, convert to bitmap. 300 is really all you need. 24 bits all you need. A lot that I'm showing you is to help avoid processing power on your computer. Many of you who've drawn a lot of vector art are dealing with stress patterns or distress. You'll realize that your computer really bogs down, especially if you have a lot of fonts or different things. So this is another way of you saving your processing power on your PC. The printer will also print faster. It'll print the blackest black, and it'll also can be used with any printer that you might have. I know a lot of people might be backyard screen printers, just kind of messing around. This might work out for you. Hopefully this method works for you, works for me. Take it for what it is. I'm just trying to help. If you guys want to critique me, anybody that uses, Illustrator or whatnot, then that's fine. I'm not here to try to gain any points. Just thought it'd be cool to do a video. I should have done it years ago, and I just never did. Make sure the transparent background is set. I'm just going to click OK. And from there I have my little graphic here of this nerd Patrick that we drew a long time ago. I'm going to come over here to the shapes if you want. You could also just put an X, but I usually go, I think it's the flow chart, I think. And if you go down here, you should have a little like bullseye type setup there. You can just make it any size you want, whatever works better for you. I do recommend, though, for you to make it fatter. So go to your outline and definitely make this a little bit fatter. It's not fat enough. Go a little fatter. Want that outline a little bolder, or else you're going to have a hard time washing. That's probably too thick, but it'll do. And of course, there's lots of apps with plugins you could do. But again, if you're doing this from home, that'll work just fine. Copy, paste. I'm going to move it over. I held the Shift key down to make it horizontal. I'm going to group this. Now that it's grouped, I'm going to click that, and then of course click my picture, and I'm going to hit center. So I know that that's exactly center. I'm going to hit copy, paste. I'm going to hold the Shift key down. Oops. Hold the Shift, click, select that, hold the Shift key down, and bring it right down. And if I'm not sure, they go the wrong way, I'm just going to hit center again. It's a little close to my art, so I might move it down a little more. And here you go. Here's my artwork. It now is a picture from a clean graphic, from a clean vector graphic converted to a bitmap. And here I have my so-called manual alignment marks. I'm going to copy paste this here, copy paste this here, and you can put it pretty much anywhere on the page. Doesn't really matter. Now, a pretty cool thing with CorelDraw is the way it does black and white. A lot of people don't understand the black and white or don't use it. I don't know why. The black and white is a very powerful tool. It also is a 1-bit graphic, so it uses less processing power as well as printing. Your printer is going to convert it to an image anyway when it prints. No printer prints in graphic. The only thing that actually goes in graphic is a plotter, which follows lines. A printer does not do that. It converts it to RGB. So, but if you print in 1 bit, it'll speed up your printer, get the blackest black, and you could also check your artwork very quickly and efficiently to make sure you have everything lined up correctly. So right here we have our image that I'm going to separate. So that's why we have these 3 for the 3 colors. All right. So now, but before we jump into that, let me show you the power of black and white. I just went on Googled some distress patterns. I'm going to copy this here. And for those of you that already know it, great. If you don't, this is kind of a neat trick. Copy image. So I found this distress pattern. I don't want to save it. I want to copy it. Copy image. So it's copied. I'm going to paste it into CorelDraw. And you notice it has a white background, right? So I can't overlay it, but check this out. If I go bitmap, convert to bitmap, change this to a black and white 1-bit, notice I can't print transparent anymore, and let me explain why. Because check it out. Now it's a black and white bitmap. But if I come over here, depending if I click one mouse button or the other, it'll do something different. If I click the left mouse button, check it out. It's transparent now. And using almost no processing power to move it around. If you had a vector art and you put this in vector, have you ever tried moving vector art and you forget a piece or you move it and you're waiting for your computer? Maybe it's not the most powerful, or maybe you just have a lot going on and it delays, but look at how fast I'm moving this around. And of course, if I make it white to match the screen here, I can see what my art looks like, and I can convert that to a bitmap and then do the color separation. So that is pretty cool with black and white. But the black and white also makes sure that you have the blackest black by selecting this. So you know you have the blackest black you could have. And I know it's supposed to say, oh, look, but it looks so choppy. And it does, but here's a trick if you want to smoothen that out. If you are using distress patterns, you go bitmap, convert to bitmap, convert it back to RGB, and do not have transparent background, just click OK. Then you just go bitmap, then you go blur, Gaussian blur, blur it up a little bit, blur it up as much as you like, then you click OK, and then it processes, then you go bitmap, image adjustment lab, turn up the contrast, click OK, then go bitmap, convert to bitmap, black to 1-bit black and white bitmap. And there we are. Now they're a little smoother, they're not all rough and jaggedy like they were before. Now I could still come over here, now it's a black and white, I could actually hit transparent. Now check this out. Now if I want to convert this to a transparent bitmap, I go convert to bitmap, and I go back to 24-bit, click OK, and now it is, I forgot to put transparent. Bitmap, convert to bitmap. I forgot to check transparent, but that's all right. Let me undo, 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 undo. Let's see, is it transparent? Yes, it is. Go bitmap, convert to bitmap, 24-bit. Now I click transparent, and check it out, guys. It's still transparent. But the neatest thing as well with using black and white, let me undo and go back to a black and white, is you could right click, left click, and you could change the background or the foreground to any object or whatever's black, which is pretty cool. So now that I just deleted that, let me go and it'll explain why I do that. I'm going to go hit edit bitmap. So your photo paint is going to come up. This takes a lot of the guesswork out of what you're trying to do or what you're trying to separate. Now the black I really don't need because the black is already there in the shirt, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to go to mask, color mask, I'm going to hit reset, and I'm going to click this here. Notice it says 20 here. If you hit more and then change this to 0, it'll only be that exact color. But I usually leave it at 20 in case I have my colors a little bit off. I just want to look to see if it works okay. Yeah, so far it's okay. Just grab the hat, right? Now notice here there's also a gap, and that's the black of the shirt if I want to keep it that way. If not, I could actually go into the mask and add a pixel and take away a pixel if I wanted to. If I wanted to do, like let's say, let me start over. Let's change that. Let's say that we wanted to do a white mask under all this. Now, in case you're using some fluorescent colors, you need it to be brighter on a black shirt, whatever the case may be. So what we're going to do is we're going to go mask, color mask, reset. I'm just going to pick all the colors that are in the image, excluding the black. And I notice I do have some different colors here. I thought that was a different color there, but again, excuse me, I am colorblind. So let me close this because I can't see the whole image and make this larger. Right, there we go. I'm going to go to mask, color mask, reset, just to make sure I pick the colors I want. That color, that color, that color, that color, that color, that color. Yeah, I don't know if the boots are a different color or not, but I'm going to pick it if I can. Okay. So now I seem to have gotten everything right. And I left the black alone that was already there. Object, create, cut from mask. I'm going to turn this off so my black is gone, right? I got everything but my black. And I think I lost my shorts. So let me hit undo. Nope, that's right. I got everything correct. I missed this part of the boot, I think, somehow. But let me go back. Undo. Let me try this again. No, I guess it's there. And I'm going to go Object, Create, Cut from Mask. Yeah, so I did lose all the black. So it's all gone. The black is gone. I got all my right colors. There it is. I'm going to delete this because I don't need this anymore. Or what is here? Let's take a look. Just the black, which I don't need. So I'm going to delete this. This is gone. Now I'm going to go to Adjust, Replace Colors. And you could pretty much just maximize this if you want to. I usually just maximize it. So everything here is black. So now everything is black. There's my black base. I have a base under everything. And now I'm going to go bitmap or image. And I'm going to convert it to a grayscale. Why am I converting it to a grayscale? Because I'm going to mask it again. And you can't mask when it's transparent. Nothing is there. You can't mask when there's nothing there. So I'm going to go mask, color mask, reset. I'm going to click the black. Now, because I am using this as a base, I'm going to choke it. So I'm going to go to mask, mask outline, contract. So I'm going to make it narrower. I'm just going to give myself 2 pixels. Maybe I don't have that steady of a hand when I'm printing. So I want to make sure, and usually 1 pixel is enough at 300 DPI, but always convert your image back to 300 DPI. That's enough for everything. I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to go to Object, Create, Cut from Mask. And these steps are the same steps over and over again. I know it's a lot of steps, but it works and it stays accurately. See, there's my one little line I had there. So I'm going to delete it because I don't want it because that's my choke. So I'm going to hit delete. And now that we have this transparency, do not hit save yet. You go to image and you are going to convert this to a black and white bitmap. Just go to line art. You don't have to do the halftone. You don't have to look at it. Just put line art, click OK, and then save it. Now, I'm going to close this. I'm backing out. Now, CorelDraw has it here perfectly. It puts it exactly where it was. Now, because I chose to do a base, I actually need one more of these. So let me copy one more. There it is. Now, I'm going to come over here, go Edit Bitmap again. Now, I'm going to get my greens out. So it turns out I already had 4 colors because of this other color. I guess it's a different color, which I'm noticing here while I'm separating. But now I'm going to go Mask, Color Mask, Reset, and I am going to pick my green here. And the hat should be the same, but again, since I am partly colorblind, I'm just checking. I'm going to click OK. Yep, just got the hat. Okay, so I'm going to go to Object, Create, Cut from Mask. There it is. I'm going to delete it. And I could actually add a pixel to this, but because I took 2 pixels away from the white, I am going to leave that alone. You go to Adjust, Replace Colors. Now, you could do Adjust, Replace Colors and change them to black, but in most cases, if you go Image, Convert to Black and White Bitmap, since that's a dark color, look, it's already black. And it's as black as black could be, and it's the same exact size dimensions as the other image. Every time you go to black and white, it's the exact same. If you hit Save before doing this, it'll shift the art, and it will not keep it because CorelDraw adjusts for the empty space when you see those little gray squares around there. But I'm going to save this, and I know this is green. So now I'm going to put green here, or dark green, I guess, or darker green. And over here, I'm going to put my white base. I always try to comment it so it doesn't take up any more of the plastic that I have. So I try to just put it in the general area where these are. To each their own. So now I'm going to hit Edit Bitmap again. I'm going to go ahead and, because I don't want to use so many colors, maybe I'm going to try to use that lime green for everything. This one, all these the same, including the character. I don't want to use the gold or whatever color that might be. So now I'm going to go to Mask, Color Mask, Reset. I'm going to click this one, you know, the little boot thing down here, the little leaf. down here and the little boot thing down here. I think I got it. Oh, and I got white. I don't know how I got white in there, but okay, I must have missed something. Let's take a look. All right, so it looks like we got everything. It picked up some of this on the top, so I must have missed. So let me start over. I'm going to go mask, color mask, reset. Yeah, I did click the wrong green, reset. Now, it could be because the greens are similar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to hit undo, so get rid of the little running ants everywhere. I'm going to go mask, color mask, reset this. I am going to click the leaf and just to test to see if it picks up the hat. No, it did not, so we're good. So I'm going to go mask. It might have been just where I was pointing my pointer. If not, you go to more and change this to 0 and it'll be exactly only that color. But most of the time I leave it at 20%. So I'm going to click that color there, that color there, that color there, and this is the one I can't really get because I got to zoom in, but then I can't get the rest. Let me try. I think I got it. Yeah. So now those are just the colors I wanted. The belt buckle, the guy. Now I'm going to use that with lime green if I want. I could check it to see what it looks like. I'm going to object, create, cut from mask. I am going to delete the rest of this. I'm going to go to image adjustment lab or replace colors. And it said green, but because I have this maxed out, it just made everything black automatically. I'm going to go to image, convert to black and white bitmap, leave it on line art, click save. And again, it's the same steps over and over and over again. So here we go. Last color now. What do we need? We need the boots. Now, I know it sometimes sounds easier to separate in vector, but gosh, I used to do vector so many, I'd have so many mistakes. I forget an outline, or I'd forget this, or layers would shift. Something would always go screwy sometimes when people were doing, especially when you're doing it in a hurry. But this way is always kind of the same. But you could check your work when you're done. It's very easy to check it, and it's very easy. You could actually look, even experiment with colors and see if you want to change or use a different color. It's just pretty cool. So again, I'm going to go mask, color mask. I'm going to reset because I'm not using all those other colors. I am just going to pick the boots because that's the only ones I have left. And yep, they're only selected. I'm going to go object, create, cut from mask. There they are. That's all that's there. I'm going to delete this. And I could just go, because they're already a dark color, I could just go image, convert to black and white bitmap. They're already black and white there. Click O, and I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to close this. So there are my 3 colors for my little guy here. There's my white base. There's the Nerd Patrick. There's that, and there's that. Okay, now I'm going to group this together. Or actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy because I'm going to check this. So oops, there's something else I was doing, I guess. I'm going to copy this, all of this together up here, hit paste, or copy here, right? Now, I know I copied this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. So this one's on the bottom, this one's next, and this one's last. They're already layered that way, per se. I know it's not really in layers, but that's the best way I can explain it. So I'm going to group this together. I'm going to group this together. I'm going to, oops, I grabbed it, undo, undo. I'm going to group this together. I'm going to group this together. So they should all be grouped now. Yep, they're grouped, yep, they are. They're all grouped together. So now, so what I was saying earlier is you could change with black and white. These are all now a black and white 1-bit. I'm going to make the background black by selecting black over here. And the ink is white by clicking the opposite button. There's your Nerd Patrick. So check it out. So this is going to be green. So I'm going to make the back transparent. And let's say I'm using a dark green. There's my dark green. And now I said I'm going to probably use a bright green. I know this is just regular green, but on CorelDraw it just looks like a bright green. I'm going to hit transparent background, and I'm going to use the other mouse button to change the color to the bright green. And here's just the brown boots. So I'm going to go transparent background. And where is my brown? That's forest green. Maybe I should use that forest green over here. I'm going to use, I guess this green here. Sorry, I changed that color. Let's go back to that one. Brown, there it is. Brown. Okay, now that they're all together, I'm just going to select them all. And I'm going to hit C and E to center the design art. Oh, and they're in the wrong order. Okay. Well, let me move this to the back. That's not what I want. Back of page. And check it out. So that was actually the first one. But look, there's my artwork. There's my Nerd Patrick. There's this. All I did was hit C and E to center. So I have a perfect layout. But now check this out. If I go to View in Wireframe and I zoom in, check it out. There's the choke. You could see it very clearly, and I know that I did it. So you could always check to see. Why do I know I did it? Because I did it, and it was with the white. And if you're not sure, then you go back to the white. Of course, don't forget to label the other ones here, what color they are. This could be a bright green or neon green. And this is brown for the shoes, right? So now really this is more of a 4-color separation due to the base. But here you go. You separated it. It's black and white. And let's say that I'm gonna separate these back out. And let's say I thought, okay, you know what? That green was just too bright. I would rather go with a darker green. You just come over here, right? Click on it. You could left click, but oh, sorry. Let me go back to Enhance View. And I'm going to make this green. I don't know, I'll go with that avocado green, even though it really doesn't match. But now I can still select all these, go C and E, and see how it looks. Like, oh, you know what? That avocado green didn't do bad. I think that might work. So if that's kind of how you like it, then you could go and, of course, custom mix your ink. If you want to go to Pantones, you convert it to Pantones if you like. But for the most part, that is a quick way to color separate. As far as printing it goes, you would just select, of course, the item you want to print. You go to File, Print Preview. Make sure it fits your page. You know, if you go by a 13 by 19 printer, which I think the printer I have right now is 8.5 by 11 set up here, but you could just click print, go to your settings, go to your matte paper, print it as dark as possible. And if you're doing this from home, I know you might limit options with printer settings you might have, but go to whatever your printer settings have. Epson, usually go premium matte, and then you go to the darkest setting you can, and then you click print. Because this is a 1-bit black, the printer will print quickly. You shouldn't have any lag time. You should see that your print head is actually printing back and forth relatively quickly, and it'll save time when printing. I'm sure you're probably using transparency sheets. If you do have a printer and doesn't want to recognize transparencies, a tip for you, if you didn't already know, cut a piece of paper. Sorry, I'm not doing it in video, but cut a piece of paper, tape it to the back side, the side that you're not printing on, not the waterproof side. Make it about 1.5 inches. Put a very thin tape. Make sure the tape holds on well so it doesn't get jammed up in your printer. Feed it through and it will print the transparent paper. The sensor will know. Somehow it knows even how wide you make the white paper in the back, and it will print on transparent paper. Hope that helped. Transparent paper like the film. Let me know if this helps you. Hopefully it helped you a little bit. There's more you could do, of course, for choking, or if you want to add to that, you do it the same way, except instead of choking it or cutting it, you expand the mask outline, but it makes sure it's in grayscale when you do it in photo paint. But that's it, guys. There's your color separations. These are all ready to print, and they are good to go. You have all your colors, and you are all set. You can print this color separation, get it on press, and know that it is correct. Hope that helps you out. I know it's kind of a long video. I'll try to respond. This is really my first video I've ever done on YouTube. I just thought it'd be fun to make it today. Just kind of got an idea when I watched somebody else do a color separation. And I thought just working with vectors, just high probability for mistakes. At least that's been my experience. Good luck. Have fun printing. And I hope this helps somebody out there. Bye.